We're here today to meet Freda. She's actually building a company. Actually takes almonds from Ghana and creates them into awesome products. So this should be a cool little interview and see how we can help her try to build her business and see what we can do in the future with see if we collab or anything in between. So catch you guys in a bit. Okay.
I'm from Ghana, so I know how important what you're doing is.
Okay.
So like I saw like how it can help with project clothes. I said to join them.
Definitely. So can you give me some background about your business? This is interesting. I was reading this today. Super cool.
So we partners, Emmanuel, we just got a partner yesterday, and basically in Ghana there's a lot of protein deficiency because protein is very expensive, like meats and stuff like that. So we're researching on underutilized crop. We realized that there are lots of foods and crops that are around that people don't even know about. They have so many nutrients and so many like minerals inside that if you develop them, that so many solutions like health issues in Ghana. And when I came here, I realized there are lots of things like granola bars, stuff like that, that don't even exist in Ghana. Like, so I decided to bring awareness of onto these underutilized crops and then process them into things like granola bars or cereal, something that's simple.
Yeah.
And also help like farmers and rural areas too.
Interesting. Yeah. How can we like help you build this out, or like where are you at right now?
So right now we're going to start everything, but because I'm new here, I don't really know how to reach out to people.
Okay.
Especially with developing the recipe like granola bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not done in Ghana, so I don't know how to do it. And also like getting machinery, because these things that we need are not in Ghana, it's countries are in Ghana.
Yeah.
So reaching out and finding the technology and also like the recipe and also like in the future we would want to also export to other countries, not just in Ghana.
Yeah.
So like that connection is what I'm looking for.
As well. Okay. So like the product, I see like you have 4 products, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any of the recipes for them right now? Or are you trying to build those out, or what are you trying to do?
We're trying to build it out. But then with the oil, it's just cold pressed oil, so that's really simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I was doing some research on these things, right? So the oil, do you know which one's the easiest to build? It's the oil, right?
Yeah, it's just the oil.
Is there any like competitors on that?
Sorry?
Is there any competitors?
No.
No. That's interesting. That's so cool. So like for the products, we were thinking. So you're trying to build the products right now. Do you know which one you want to go with first, or how do you want to start this whole process?
So we're thinking because the oil is very simple, we should start with that.
Yeah.
And also the butter, because I feel like that's really simple. We don't want to add like sugar and stuff. We want to keep it all natural. So stuff like maybe want to add like honey as sweetener or something, but no sugar or anything. So that's what we want to start with.
Very cool. So like what are you thinking for the oil? How do you think you're trying to make money off it? Are you trying to raise cap and then try to sell, or are you trying to sell then raise cap, or what are you trying to do to get it started?
So right now we have $10,000, but the machine that we're looking at is quite expensive because it has a filtration system too.
Okay.
So it's really expensive. It's almost like $10,000. So it's like investing that $10,000 into just the machine is not really wise. So we're looking into ways to raise other money, like help the finance for the machinery. And see if, I don't know, I was talking to Project Cure because they collect donations.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that maybe if you could reach out to companies that don't need like their machines anymore.
Yeah.
But then Nadine was telling me that companies are not willing to give out the machines to individuals. But if it's like an organization, they're willing to give it to you. So that's where the problem is. But I was thinking of reaching out to companies and see if there are some machines that they're not using or they're willing to give out.
Okay, definitely. I like that idea. Maybe a possibility, a co-packer. That'd be great. Or what I would probably say is try to raise money in Kickstarter, especially with some of these things, because you actually have a product that people would be interested in. I know the food mix would be high-ass margins, insane margins if you get that going, right? And I'd probably stay away from trying to buy the machinery at first. It's just gonna be too much cash to spend, right? So either try to get a co-packer or do it small batch, like 1 or 2 if you know how to do that. Like maybe just do it like by hand for the first few of them. If you like a product going, probably the best way to start. And then build a Kickstarter campaign off that, or Indiegogo is massive too for that. Or try to get pre-sales with that would be interesting as well.
So for example with the oil, how would we get, if we don't get the machine for the oil, how would we get it done in small parts?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a bunch of co-packers co-packers, so like people that actually like make things or something, like your granola bars, whatever. People actually have those machines, and you can contract them out to get things started. So like 1,000 units. There's usually like a small percentage you have to pay them, or you do a contract with them, either or. That's probably the best way. So there's no money up front. Have them make a sample or two. They'll probably do it for very cheap, maybe $50 to $100 per unit, and then try to get that, and then you have like a physical product that you can actually let people use, try, taste. That's probably the best way to do it. So then you can only spend $150, $200 to get a full product. Be super useful.
That means that we have to do that in the US because it doesn't exist in Ghana, like the co-packing you're saying.
Yeah. So right now I'd probably. So how long are you trying to stay in the United States? When are you trying to go back to Ghana? If you're going to go back to Ghana, like what are you trying to do for this company? Are you trying to bring the whole thing back to Ghana? Are you like what's your go-to?
Well, because the food is in Ghana, that's where it should start. Like, because that's where we want to begin it because the fruit is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we also want it to be here, like make it in Ghana and then ship the product. Yeah.
Okay. I like that idea because when you have it in Ghana, that means less transportation costs in general, right? Is there any way to get like a small batch of those almonds, like 2 here? That might be the best play, and then have a co-packer do it. The co-packer will just be, or find somebody that has a machine that's willing to do it for cheap, right? Look online, somebody probably have it. If you can get those few bottles done first, and then be able to raise cap, because from like an investor side of point, they're gonna be like, okay, what do you have? And if you don't have a product, they're gonna be like, I don't know if you're fully into it. Like what are you trying to do with it? So it probably the cheapest way is just MOQ, so like minimal order, and try to do like your first 2 products. Try to get the labels done by hand. Just try to do everything by hand. Just save as much cash as you possibly can, right? And you can build that out, and then that's how you get going. Basically, like said, you're like trying to raise money from like a lot of the like Ghana banks, right? That's super interesting. There's a lot of stuff right there. That's once you get the product, people they'll love it, right? And then that's how you get the cash flow.
So how do we reach out, like concerning the recipe making? Like, how do we reach out to people about that?
So you already know what machines they have that you need, right? Either look up like co-packers in Arizona, try to meet them, or even like do like super legit and like Google the product, the machine you need, like the press, right? Cold press. See if somebody has it. Some local business might have it, right? I don't know. Like and see if they have, see if you can use it. They'd be super interested in like hey, like we're trying to build this product, like give your whole backstory, and they'll be so willing to do it even for free, to see who has the machine and then work with them, That's what that's go to.
Okay. So how are we going to market it? Because like Indian Almond is not really popular here. Right. So I'm just thinking how we're going to market, especially if we want to do it in the US. Yeah. Because Indian almonds are not popular in America.
Yeah, so it's about the story and how you present the story, right? I think like just reading it, like all natural, like almond oil, and like that's just so unique, especially because it comes from Ghana, right? That's your whole pitch. It's because it comes from Ghana, and you have the buy one give one thing that people love that, and like if you can pitch it, awesome. It's about the story in the sense, right? That's why Indiegogo and Kickstarter, just as crowdsourcing platforms, would be so beneficial. Like build that, get the product done, and then have like a Kickstarter campaign. Use people from the school. They'll definitely help you out. Launch Kickstarter, and then just start generating revenue that way. You just gotta tell your story.
Yeah.
You got this is an amazing story. You have everything down pat, right? And just getting that product and then showing everybody why it's so good. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts?
It's great. Because I was really thinking about, because we have limited funds, I was really thinking about having to spend all that money on machinery and then using it. Yeah, I think that's also.
Stay away from machinery as far as you can. Like it's just overhead costs. It just costs so much money. And the whole thing about startups is you want to use as little money and as much time as possible because your money is your biggest asset right now. Especially because how young everybody is, right? Especially in this room, that our time is our biggest asset. We can leverage as much as possible. All of us, we're not millionaires here in a sense, right? That we don't have enough cash to really fund everything full on. So your time is the most valuable asset. Start very small, 1 or 2 or even 5 units. Give them out, let people try, taste it, and get like their thought process on it. People love that. maybe even. So I was doing kind of like just pure basic. Where is this? Last page. So out of all these, really the best ones will be these 2 units, right? For sure, cost of your overhead and about all that stuff, right? And because co-packers will mostly be able to do these 2, right? I'll probably try to minimum it down just to 1. If you have 4, think about the overhead it's going to cost in a sense, right? Like you're pretty sure on, and plus these 2 have the biggest margins. Granola bars, the margins are very slim, so there's not enough cash into it. Really, and the powder seems insane right now too, because especially in supplements, there's so much money. The markup's massive. If you sell 100 of them, you can fund 1,000 units. You know?
So you think we should do this, the granola bars, this one later on, like.
Completely, yeah. Just because these have the highest margins and they're the easiest to get going, right? Like you say, this only costs. This takes one thing to get going, you know.
Yeah.
And people love that kind of stuff. Like it's the whole organic movement that's happening, right? And if you can tell the good story behind it, like that's amazing. It's all about when you, especially when you do the Kickstarter campaign, you have to tell that story. You have to tell your story, how your founding company story, and people are really interested in that, and they'll back you for you, not backing you for the product. They don't have it in their hands right now, you know. They'll back you for you. So you got to kind of like pitch yourself.
The made stuff to Ghana, as in the made stuff, the produced stuff to Ghana.
Yeah. So what I would do is bring the almonds over here, right? Get the first couple done, and try to sell in the United States just for the fear you're able to generate the cash for your Kickstarter and Indiegogo, right? And then bring everything back to Ghana and start building that out, because that's what you want to do, right? You want to start building that, because the cash for Kickstarter, all it's going to do is pay for the first round of funding. For your products, and then be able to buy the machinery in Ghana, right? And then you can just transport it over when you need to. Another thing that might help is, so again, this cold press, this is so good because the bars, this would be hard to move, but you can even wholesale these, right? So one of the things we're doing right now on our next year's Kickstarter campaign is we're pre-selling the wholesale out to bigger companies. That again, you have your 5 units, the 5 first batches of these, right? You go to companies that might be interested in buying it, food stores, like Safeway, whatever. Just call up, hey, we have this awesome product, like give your backstory, and then send them the video for your campaign. Like we have this, like we would love for you to pre-order it. And this is kind of like a Kickstarter like hack we're doing right now. Is you get them to pre-order a bunch of them on Kickstarter anyway. So like let's say Safeway, you ask them to buy 500 units. They'll be like, okay, sounds good. They'll pay for the 500 units on Kickstarter, so that boosts you up in Kickstarter. And that's how you get up on the top page and you start generating a lot more revenue. Like once you start looking at Kickstarter, you see like there's a few really good Kickstarter campaigns that just generate so much revenue, like 100,000, 200,000. There's even some that have done millions and millions of dollars because they have a good story and a good product that people just love. It's insane. If you can get it down, it's really good. Any questions? Like, how can we help start this? Like, what do you need from us? Like,
I think one thing I'll struggle with is the social media, because I'm not really out there in social media.
Yeah.
So probably with the Kickstart thing. Yeah. And like really reaching out. So that's what I've been my problem, because I don't know what to look for. Like I don't know what to look for, or what to search for resources and everything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So for the social media, reach out to influencers. So people who have big audiences, especially on Instagram right now, it's big. If you can find out like your niche, right? So if it's in like almond oil, see who's like all into like natural stuff. Or if there's anybody from Ghana that has a big following, they'll probably love to back you, right? You'd probably even give them a portion of what you sell, just because it helps them out as well. And then they'll be super interested in that. The Kickstarter campaign is pretty simple. There's a lot of resources out there that can help you out with that. Again, it's all about making a video that gives like what your pitch is, and then like the levels. Once you start reading into it, you'll get more of it. But again, reach out to us. We'll help you as much as possible with that.
So do you think I should like form a team here? Like I don't know.
Definitely. So you're the owner so far. You said there's 3, or is it just 2? So where is it? Just you here, or just you here?
Yeah.
So what are the other 2 owners doing right now?
So I told you about trying to start the farm in Ghana through the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do right now in Ghana. Yeah.
He would be good content creation, just like have him like start documenting like the process he's doing. That'd be super useful. But here it's kind of up to you in a sense, right? You can always see if anybody else wants to join the team, like that's local. It's probably one of the good options. All depends on you personally, right? So if you feel like you want a team behind you or with you, then perfect. Try to grab people, right? But in the end, it's entrepreneurship's either it's all up to you or not. You know, there's no like half-assing it. You know, so either you're all in or not. First steps probably be best to just find that person that can help you make that oil. See who has these machines locally, business-wise, or industrial factories, or even the co-packer. Co-packers are probably going to want a little bit of cash just to get the products going, but it might be well worth it. It's all about like if you can find the person, they'll love to help you, especially like local businesses that have that machine. They'll be so down to help you. That's probably the first thing, and then get that product completely finished, that prototype completely finished, and then start building it off there. Taking baby steps. Yeah. Is there anything else that we can do, like maybe build off and try to?
So right now I'm just gonna start looking for the companies that can help co-packers.
Yeah.
And then get the prototype.
Yeah. Yeah, like small, like I feel like a lot of people that contact me, like they have a great business idea, right? But it's the small steps. It's taking baby steps, right? It's chunking out that mountain until you get to that part where you're like, okay, like we made that progress. Now you can't fall back down. Because once you make that product, you had that product forever, right? In a sense, that people will be. Again, I think people will love this so much. Like it's gonna be insane.
If you have any resources, any network, like just throw me anything you have like online I can read about, anything at all.
Definitely.
Yeah, and like as I make progress, I also like telling you what I'm doing,
Okay.
and updating you, and if you have any advice.
Definitely. Yeah, just keep in contact with us. We'll definitely we'll always assist you in any way we possibly can, right? If you have any questions, reach out. Again, this is cool. I really do like this. Because if you don't invest in yourself, like it's gonna be hard for anyone else to.
Thank you guys so much.
No, thanks for coming out. Yeah, again, if you need assistance, let us know. Cool.
The made stuff to Ghana, as in the made stuff, the produced stuff to Ghana.
Yeah. So what I would do is bring the almonds.